Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. First up, Hassan calls Trump unfit to serve, while Lewandowski defends former boss. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Brand new Nissan Rogue Sport, now with available Nissan Intelligent Mobility technologies, like automatic emergency braking, now on the Nissan Rogue family. Take on today. Get to your local Nissan dealer for great offers like this.
Powerful statement by Senator Maggie Hassan during a taping of Close Up, New Hampshire.
I have long said that President Trump is unfit to serve for a variety of reasons.
Among her complaints, the president's tweeting. She points to his recent online feud with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
The last thing we need is flippant, off-the-cuff tweets at a time when we need steady and strategic leadership.
But Corey Lewandowski, President Trump's former national campaign manager, says the president is sticking to his promise to shake things up in Washington. Lewandowski insists the senator's disdain is partisan.
This is a senator who has been an obstacle of the president's agenda. So it is not surprising to me that Senator Hassan and the leadership of the Democratic Party, with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, who have no ideas, is casting dispersions as opposed to trying to solve problems in Washington.
Hassan says the president has caused more problems in the nation's capital than he solved, alleging in Friday's interview that Mr. Trump has tried to pressure the Justice Department in the Russia probe.
It's really important that the independent prosecutor here, the special prosecutor, Mr. Mueller, be given full independence so that we can follow the facts where they lead and take action as appropriate once the investigation is complete.
For the full interview with Senator Hassan, tune in to Close Up New Hampshire this Sunday at 10 a.m. Mike Cherry, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Told their treehouse must go. Owners appeal to Supreme Court. Lynn Tran and Richard Hazen built a Florida beachfront treehouse that would be the ivy of any child. It's got 2 levels, hammocks, and windows looking out on the Gulf of Mexico. But the hangout has cost the couple a handsome sum, about $30,000 to construct, and probably 5 times that in illegal fees, as they've fought local authorities over it. Tran said now they at their last stop, the Supreme Court. Unless the High Court intervenes, the treehouse must be torn down. The justice had their first opportunity to consider taking the case at a closed-door conference Friday, and a decision on whether they will weigh in could come as early as Monday. The couple's lawyer, David Levine, acknowledged the case is unlikely to be accepted by the justice, who only hear arguments in about 80 of thousands of cases they're asked to take each year. But he argues that his client's rights were violated when a Florida court rubber-stamped a ruling posed by the city of Holmes Beach without any evidence of independent consideration. Tran and Hazen haven't been willing to give up on the structure she calls their getaway. Tran and her husband run a rental property called Angelones Sea Lodge on Anna Marie Island on Florida's west coast. They have a house on their property and 4 rental units. Before they began construction, the treehouse around the Australian pine on their property in 2011. Hazen asked the city whether they needed a permit. The answer, no. So, with some help from the internet, Tran dreamed up the structure, which took 6 months to build. Soon, however, the city got an anonymous complaint about the treehouse. After an investigation, the city found the couple did actually need to go through the permit process. And it turns out the treehouse was in an area where building is prohibited because of a city setback. The couple hoped to get around that by having local voters weigh in, but courts told them no. Holmes Beach Mayor Bob Johnson noted in a telephone interview that courts have sided with the city, and he called the continued legal whirling, quite honest, a waste of time. Tran says she never expected such a drawn-out fight, and that in highest the couple could have taken the money they've spent on the treehouse, gone somewhere else, and built an actual house. It's still costing the couple their accumulating a $50 a day fine for not taking down the treehouse, a fine that's now tens of thousands of dollars. Tran says she's afraid to think about it until the High Court acts. She's enjoying the treehouse on sunny days, meditating there, or napping in a hammock. The couple doesn't have any children of their own, enjoying the treehouse, and renters aren't allowed up for liability reasons, but Tran says guests and beachgoers often admire the structure. If the tree house immediately has to go, there's a lurk irony for the couple. To take down the structure, they'll need the one thing they didn't have before they began putting it up: a city permit. And that does it for Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this edition of Politics with Riley King, and I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here next Sunday for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Goodbye, everyone.